This song is dedicated to the people from our town who became neighborhood saints.
When the saints go marching in.
I almost broke my knees landing in the backyard with you when we jumped from your second-story bathroom window, and all the glass and mildew that we went crashing into. Not every leap of faith we need to take will be that sacrificial. So we jumped from your house, hopped the wood fence, and ran through those backyards without leaving footprints. Sprinted through our late teen years in search of something. My dad says you might not know what home is in your early 20s, and if so, I don't know how to find guidance. By now most of our friends got rich or died trying, and I've been waiting on a time that we can stop lying. When we think back on our lives and pour a drink out on the bonfire, there's nothing worse than a burden this ingrained. There's no soul search worth it where your soul isn't in pain. There's no cure for being homesick when it hits your veins. So listen, this is a prayer for the neighborhood saints. I tend to see the past like a religion, and I confess I followed it for long enough, and it's not gonna rise again. We all have parts of us that die, and there's a time to part with them. I just hope I get the chance to start again when the saints go marching in.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in, we'll see our friends from the neighborhood again. When the saints go marching in.
Yeah. It almost broke my spirit, all the news I had to tell you, as we talked about the parts of our lives that wouldn't last forever. Some things go missing, that adventure turns wise. We're all just kids dealing with death for the first time, beneath the cold silence of a neighborhood wake, waiting in line to say a prayer for the neighborhood saints. A whole room of old pictures, enslaved in wood frames, of a young face that later would change. When I die, give my notebooks to Ann, my road trips to Dan, my ribcage to Alaska, my cigar case to Sam, my love notes to Kay before my love notes decay, my fingerprints to my mom, she can unfold my pain, my canteens to Elaine, my camp days to Jenny, my fan base to Kia Rowe, my landscapes to Ricky, the scars from my skin to my hometown skies. Give the stars back to Regina that I took from out her eyes, cause I tend to see the future like a miracle, and I'm afraid I've waited for it long enough, and I'm not who it's here to save, and I don't fear it anyway, cause I know we can start again. I just hope I'm not the only martyr then, when the saints go marching in.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in, we'll see our friends from the neighborhood again. When the saints go marching in.
Please rest in peace to the lives that died inside of us. I know it's tough when good people leave our lives. We just need a little time and it'll all be okay. Cause when we get to heaven, we'll know a whole lot of saints. Please rest in peace to the lives that died inside of us. I know it's tough when good people leave our lives. We just need a little time and it'll all be okay. Cause when we get to heaven, we'll know a whole lot of saints. Please rest in peace, there are lives that died inside of us. I know it's tough when good people leave our lives. We just need a little time and it'll all be okay. Cause when we get to heaven, we'll know a whole lot of saints. I wish that we could leave behind the remnants of our old lives and start again once we've wiped clean all the fingerprints. Cause I'm the only one that's out here now. If you do come back around, I'm worried that you'll see I wasn't innocent, and I never left. I'm still right here, hanging on. Parking lot princess spins, dancing in her prom dress. The man in the moon frets, wonders if he's on yet. He's seen a lot of things, a lot he couldn't process. For 24 years I've had my hands in my pockets and my back against the car, no books under my armpit. When you come from a town that's never had a profit, everybody's almost famous, they just haven't had their shot yet. To be honest, I don't wanna fill my head with that nonsense. Dark fills the clouds and heaven starts shifting. Rain floods the streets until everybody's swimming. I'm cursing up a storm As I talk under my breath, it's just like us to be in over our heads. I never left. I'm still right here, hanging on. I'm still right here. I got a first aid kit and 2 aching limbs. They always say that there's a first time for everything. I'm tired of wearing my first broken heart out of my sleeve. I got a first class plan to be no one now. Got a first hand account of what it's all about. Being lonely as hell with my first broken bones out beside me. And I never left. I'm still right here, hanging on. It's almost autumn now, I feel it in my cheeks as my face loses color, gives it back to the trees. I still can't believe how the time passes by us. Quarter century of our lives packed in cardboard boxes. The suicide singer steps back from the microphone. He sacrificed everything to get a little time to grow. Lived a lot of melodies, sang a lot of highs and lows, and wrote it on his forearm. Life is only rock and roll. I waited 24 years to get a taste of it. A bathroom tile dreamer, bathing in my vacantness. An old man waiting at the train station's end. It's just like me to hang on by a thread. I never left. I'm still right here, hanging on. I'm still right here. I got a first aid kit and 2 aching limbs. They always say that there's a first time for everything. I'm tired of wearing my first broken heart out of my sleeve. I got a first class plan to be no one now. Got a first hand account of what it's all about. Being lonely as hell with my first broken bones out beside me. And I never left. I'm still right here, hanging on. Home isn't a place that we left. Isn't a place that we left. It's just a place in our heads, and we'll find it again. No one's breaking my home. Isn't a place that we left. Isn't a place that we left. It's just a place in our heads, and we'll find it again. No one's breaking my home.
Isn't a place that we left. Isn't a place that we left. It's just a place in our heads.
No one's breaking my first aid kit and 2 aching limbs. They always say that there's a first time for everything, but I'm tired of wearing my first broken heart out of my sleeve. I got a first class plan to be no one now. Got a first hand account of what it's all about. Being lonely as hell with my first broken bones out beside me. And I never left. I wish that we could leave behind the remnants of our old lives and start again once we wipe clean all the fingerprints. Tomorrow I turn 25, all my friends are getting high. I'm joking that the speed of life is catching up to me with all the weaker ways we pass the time. Blow our smoke and act surprised when someone sees a message in the chemicals we breathe. I know I'm tired now from that alone, wearing someone's tattered clothes to sneak out of the house and walk on eggshells through the leaves. So I panic like a parent would, kick my habits out for good. I'll see you at the wake when our captains rest in peace, and the miracles we buried beneath our living room couches. Someday they'll come back to me if I leave home without them. I don't know the meaning of life or what life means to me, but until that great adventure arrives, this is how it'll always be. Remember turning 17 with emptiness happiness ahead of me. Then a girl named Anne gave me a rainbow I could keep to color in my happiness, and sanctuary mattress beds that weren't as black and white as all my airport poetry and every stupid song I sent to you. Post office confessionals, most of the words we write are someday torn up into sheets. Maybe this is goodbye for good. Someday I might write our book. We'd make a great story, but that one's escaping me. And I hope your new boyfriend has posture like the Colorado mountains. I hope he's tall and wise just like them, 'cause if not, how's he helping? Annie, I can draw you a sun, I can draw you a sea, but until our great adventure revives, this is where we'll always be. I hope my grandpa made some friends, just wandering around again, telling everybody stories of his favorite teams and all the trophies they hang on the walls. Championship basketball, how my mama had the strongest shot in the whole league. This town will hold a mass for you, name all the streets after you, and all the people that you loved will get up there to read. Remember racing in your van, in and out of traffic jams. I can't believe I made that flight to Colorado Springs. I hope that there's somewhere we can go if paradise is crowded. I know you'll find your place in the sun, 'cause I see you in my shadow. I don't know the meaning of death or what death means to me, until that great adventure arrives, this is who I'll always be. Tomorrow I turn 25, I don't wanna laugh or cry. I'm joking that the Grim Reaper is catching up with me, and all the parables I tell myself, like someday this'll all unveil. For now the footnotes still have bandages that wrap their feet, and this hand-me-down emotion you've left out for me barely fits. It's just a quarter-century kid, you can't be sick of it yet. I don't know the meaning of life, what life means to be, but until that great adventure arrives, until that great adventure arrives. We all have holes in our stories. What matters is if you fall into them. And if you don't, then you'll be alone for wherever our lives might head off to next. We all have holes in our stories and creases across our heads. So it was written there in the distance, an image of all of the things in our lives we regret. I punched a hole in the wall the night that she called me and told me she left. Goddamn, I hit it so hard it indented, and I miss a part of me I knew way back then. We dug a hole in the concrete to lay down a few of our friends. The night they went missing, nobody would listen. No wonder our bonfires haven't burned bright ever since. We all have holes in our stories. What matters is if you fall into them. And if you don't, then you'll be alone for wherever our lives might head off to next. We all have holes in our stories and creases across our heads. So it was written there in the distance, an image of all of the things in our lives we regret. We all have holes in our stories. What matters is if you fall into them. We all have holes in our stories. What matters is if you fall into them. We all have holes in our stories. Where do we go from here, my friend? We all have holes in our stories. Where do we go from here, my friend? If they all get wrinkles before me, where do we go from here, my friend? We all have holes in our stories. What matters is if you fall into them. We all have holes in our stories. So where do we go from here, my friend? We all have holes in our stories. Promise me you won't fall into them again.